Good evening, thanks for joining us on the news at 8. Today, the 17th day, the month of June 2022. I am Grace Okaziyeka, Chief of Headlines. Abia APC faction sees Uche Oga duly elected governorship candidate. Abia Abga Ward Chairman and Secretary's passed vote of confidence on State Working Committee. Ohaneze Ndibo Kapet Father Mbaka says he needs spiritual and psychological help. We'll take commercials, we'll be right back with details and many more. Stay connected.
The biggest bang of the season is about to go down. It's the ABN TV Service Awards 2022 at Sheraton's Hotels, Abuja.
Welcome back. Now the details. A faction of APC in Abia State has said its governorship primary election, which produced the former Minister of State for Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Uche Oga, is in compliance with the directive of the national leadership of the party, which directed that direct mode of primary election be adopted. Secretary of the faction, Barrister Perfect Okore, who spoke with newsmen in Umuahia on Thursday, said that the 26th of May 2022 direct primary election, which took place across the state, is valid and acceptable primary election. The 184 ward chairmen and secretaries and women leaders of ABGA in Abia State have passed a vote of confidence on the State Working Committee of the party. The party stakeholders made their resolution on Thursday at the party state secretariat in Umuahia, the state capital. A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and former aviation minister Osita Chidoka has noted that the Southeast should continue to liaise with other parts of the country to impose the region's chances of getting the presidential seat. The former minister said this on Channels Television's Politics Today, monitored by ABN TV on Thursday, amid claims that the region had been sidelined by the PDP ahead of the 2023 elections. Ohaneze Ndibo Worldwide has praised the Enugu Diocese of Catholic Church, led by Bishop Onaga, for prompt disclaimer to the inflammatory and unwarranted assault on the presidential candidate of the Labour Party and a Catholic brethren, Mr. Peter Obi. Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzoro, Secretary General Ohaneze Ndibo Worldwide, in a statement on Friday, called on fellow Nigerians to pray for Mbaka, whom he said needs spiritual and psychological help. A former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress (APC), Comrade Timmy Frank, has congratulated the Governor of Delta State, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, on his nomination as the running mate to the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Frank, in a statement in Abuja, however, urged Okowa to immediately embark on a reconciliation drive within the PDP and especially to candidates who lost out during the selection process. The Supreme Court has affirmed the rights of Muslim female students in Lagos State to wear hijab to school without harassment or discrimination. In a majority decision, Nigeria's Appellate Court gave the ruling on Friday in Abuja. Governors elected on the platforms of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) have congratulated Ifeanyi Okowa after he emerged as the party vice presidential candidate for the 2023 polls. In a statement signed by its chairman Aminu Tambawa, the PDP Governors Forum (PDPGF) said that the choice of Okowa is a sign of hope for Nigerians. It's a solemn day in Owo, Ondo State, as the victims of the deadly attack on St. Francis Catholic Church are laid to rest in the town. This followed the funeral mass held on Friday in honor of the victims, whose remains have been deposited at the morgue of the St. Louis Catholic Hospital in Owo. After the funeral mass is completed at the Media's Event Center in Owo, families of the victims will take the remains of their loved ones for burial in their towns. Reno Mukiri, a former special advisor to ex-president Goodluck Jonathan, has apologized to the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress Asiwaju Bola Tinubu Ahmed for mocking him over his health. Omokri said in a post on Facebook that in the spirit of the 2023 polls, he will not resort to insulting opposition candidates. He also advised Nigerians to refrain from insulting candidates irrespective of choice. Employees of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, ABN, will not get their salaries until they obtain the Permanent Voter Card, PVC. This came on the heels of an early directive by ABN's national president, Chinedu Okoronkwo, asking its employers nationwide to obtain their PVCs before the expiration of INEC's June 30 deadline. The government of Lagos State has disclosed that it will demolish the remaining buildings on the site where a 21-story building collapsed on Garrid Road in Ikoyi. This was made known on Thursday by Idris Salako and Lagos Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development at a media briefing in the state. Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land, Gani Adams, has called on United Nations to intervene in Nigeria's security challenges. The call was contained in a latest titled Avoiding a Replica of the Bosnian War in Nigeria, which was forwarded to Antonio Guterres and UN Secretary General. Adams said insecurity in Nigeria could have a significant impact in Africa if nothing urgent is done to address it. While on the foreign scene, China rejects all measures aimed at fueling tensions regarding the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, and Liu Pengyu, a spokesman for the Chinese embassy in the United States, told TASS. According to Liu Pengyu, Beijing stands for the promotion of negotiations and holds a constructive stance regarding a peaceful settlement of the Ukrainian conflict. While in sports, two Nigerian female referees, Patience Ndidi Madu and Memisian Agata Iyohe, has been selected by CAF for this year's Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco. CAF published the names of the referees who will officiate at the 2022 WAFCON. And this brings us to the end of the news at 8. But before we go, a recap of our major headlines. Abia APC faction sees Uche Olga duly elected governorship candidate. Abia Abga Ward Chairman and Secretary sparks vote of confidence in State Working Committee. Ohaneze Ndigbo Capet's Father Bubaka says he needs spiritual and psychological help. These and many more different platforms. Just log on to www.abntv.com.ng, and you can also follow us on our social media platforms being displayed on your screen. I am Grace Dokas, and you can always be on night rest. Stay safe.